Hello there everybody, I'm here, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn for what might be the end of the game? Maybe not, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure how much is left, because we definitely got this dungeon to go through. And we got a good chunk of that left. Like, we've come along here, which was nice and linear. You know, we've explored a bit about, and we just got to go over here and check all this place out. Of course, we got different floors and stuff to mess around with by the looks of it. So, you know, we've got places to explore and things to look at. Excuse me. But I don't know if this is the end. It was certainly hinting that, oh, point of no return, but then there's post-game stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, just in general terms of what's available, I don't know how much is left, you know? It's just one of those sort of things. I've got... I don't know what these are. Stranded necklace, stranded shackles. Huh, I don't know who needs those. I haven't run into anybody who's asked for those yet. Anyway, yeah, so this could be the end, or at the very least this could be the end of the main game. I'll see what there is in terms of post-game as to whether I complete it or not. If I feel it's like worth the time or not. If we reach the end today, I don't know. But we do have a few data points that I missed before, because I sort of hit these guys here. Well, they're gone now because their bodies didn't spawn in when I reloaded the game. Well, there was a bunch of people here who were like attacking me, so I had to deal with them, and just in general. But we didn't have time to look at all this stuff, so let's see what it is, because I honestly don't know.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we heard as we were going through here, is we heard from 3 different people. We had him, obviously a bit of a skeptic, but turned around. You know, he came through and decided to do it in the end. I do wonder if one of these people is going to lead to like sabotage or problems or errors in this thing, perhaps. Alright, we got
Zero Dawn. It is art in a way, an expression on the grandest scale, but there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee, by algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Soubet? Christina Soubet?
Yes.
Hmm.
I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
So it looks like they all ultimately all came around, because she initially was all like, oh, I'll go for medical euthanasia, and there was like a 48-hour grace period before, you know, they were actually axed off. And the other guy, the first one I listened to, he was like, "Oh, I want no part in this. I'm out of here." And they're like, "Nope, sorry, we got to lock you up for 48 hours, and you can change your mind then. But after that, you're just locked up permanently, waiting for the end." And I'm assuming this guy is going to be the one who like jumped at the chance of it. So I'm going to wonder if he's changed his tune or not.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Not the person I was expecting to hear from, but yeah, we're definitely getting a flavor of that. Because like the bombshell of what Zero Dawn actually was quite surprising to me. Because I figured it would be like a global EMP that would stop the spread of it. But it wasn't. It was a case of the robots will win, then we'll kill the robots, and then we'll reclaim the Earth afterwards. Kind of a Terminator sort of thing, maybe, but not really. But yeah, I mean, it was ambitious, to say the least. I mean, very. Apparently we gotta go this way. Ah. Yes, of course. This door's just locked, is it? Oh, no, that's glass. So at least now we understand more about what Zero Dawn is and what it was planning to do.
Another one of these.
But I guess the
find the right configuration.
question is, what went wrong? Because something definitely went wrong with it. And then down and right.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
Apparently I can't activate those. God, here.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Ah.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Alright, so it looks like we gotta go and grab something. Alright, what we got? Ooh.
Found
Good.
one. Looks intact.
Something over here too. Well, fair enough. So presumably
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
now it mentioned. Alright, so that's down. Down, left, up. Yeah, that's left. It's pointing right. Down, left, up, right, down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Sweet.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Uh-oh.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. 2nd floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Alright, what we got? 1, 2... Ooh, they're all big boys. I don't really think you need that.
Well, here I am.
What the? Oh, okay. Apparently you did me even quicker than that. I don't know how, but apparently you did.
Unleash the power of the shadow upon them. Where did they go?
I got it. Don't know how the hell it clocked me so bloody fast, but probably wasn't really going to be able to stealth my way around it. Probably wasn't designed for that. Alright. Anything else? Oh, hello. Where did you two come from?
Intruder!
Woo!
You cannot hide from our wrath.
That's the last of them.
I'm sure there were more than 3.
Or not.
No, apparently not.
You can't invade the shadow.
Whoop, missed.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Come on now. There we go. Good enough. And my health will regen the rest itself. Alright, so where? So we're here. I need to go up to there. Yeah, it looks like I gotta go around. Okay. So you first, huh?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about 1/3 of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it. If Hephaestus was part of a system designed to save life, why would it use cyan to make a cauldron? And churn out machines with no other purpose than to kill people?
Somehow it's gone rogue. I don't understand why or how. But whatever the reason, it explains why machines have become more dangerous over the years.
That's true. Full steam ahead. If I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you up for Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are, have confidence in yourself. Your latest draft plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, adds up to a pretty comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with... I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce that. Before you finalize the silo inventories, Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic material needed for the tower should be accounted for in the inventory plan. So that's the cauldrons, isn't it? Because we know that cauldrons are what the machines use to make more machines. Interesting.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
It does make a certain kind of sense. Simulation results. Are you kidding about Gaia predilection for animal morphologies? Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional. They almost feel like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs, so cool. While Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. Just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Yeah, so it's likely that Hephaestus just wants to keep making robots? That would be my guess. It's very unusual. Everything's like, I understand so much, but I feel like there's just a few big pieces missing. Like, what caused the AIs to go off their original program? Was it corruption? You know, did their programs just degrade over time? Or because they were artificial intelligences, did they simply reason beyond their programming? You know? I don't know yet. Don't know if I will, but I guess it is what it is. Oh, can't see that one yet. Right.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
All right. Anything in here? Don't look like it. Okay. Think we're all right.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaju. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Terra. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
But Apollo didn't work. Something went wrong with Apollo because people clearly... Well, no, that's not entirely true. They started learning from Apollo, didn't they? They must have done. Otherwise, they wouldn't have progressed up to the feudal state. I guess? You know, they must have learned the secret of making fire, how to make basic weapons. It's like Apollo started teaching them and then stopped. So maybe Apollo didn't go rogue. Maybe Apollo was stopped from helping. Possible. Encapsulated DNA. The winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I've performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum. Even that eternity tech the FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc., etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed requirements that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that I didn't factor in my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed proprietous, that we'll be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanical extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. So, yeah, some kind of... Hang on. Excuse me. Some kind of DNA-based data storage, which is something that is sort of roughly talked about, like, today, as, like, an actual thing, you know? Okay, over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our pursuit of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula. They are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personnel, whatever. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Yeah, so it was literally like the kids were going to be taught by holographic teachers, and then they would like advance a bit, level up, advance a bit, level up. Things like that. All right. Alright, what else we got? Doesn't really matter if we do end up in a big fight, but see how long we can avoid it for. Turn around. Come on, turn around. So we wait for him to follow his path around. Hopefully he won't stop. He might, but hopefully he won't.
Battle is upon us. Surprised.
No, it's not. Three more. Two on the upper level. Not bad. I haven't noticed anybody missing yet, so... Where's the other guy? Oh god, he's all the way over there.
Spotted something.
No, you didn't.
Move along now. Can breathe again.
Enough.
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Alright, what do we got? Must be some logs kicking about somewhere. Where am I on the map right now? Oh, big room. Yes, of course, because that was the Apollo room and then I came into here. Okay, fair enough. So it looks like I've got to go around there and into there. Not bad. Okay. So yeah, let's see what we've got. I definitely saw a thing in the middle. Let's see it on the map. Where are you? There you are. Ooh, audio.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Come on, where'd we go?
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct? And how's it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
If Hephaestus went rogue, why not Hades too?
That's what I'm thinking, but why? And what caused it?
Keep searching, and perhaps we'll find the answer.
Huh. So Hades was the reset button. So yeah, if Gaia gets it wrong, yeah, it could happen. Hades can reset it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Hades has gone. Hades might not have gone rogue. He might just be looking at the Earth now and thinking, no, not good enough. Something went wrong here. We must reset. He might not actually be going against his programming. His programming could just be too tight. Ooh, that would be interesting. Like, it's not a mistake. It's just... Or it's like a deliberate thing that was set... Like, the bar was set too high. Ooh, that's a possibility. Alright, what we got? Noise complaints. Gotta be confused. Anyone send OTT codes to... Bashkor is straight up lying and you know it. Travis doesn't have no truck with commercialized razzle daz. No, he ain't Bashkor blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s, 90s. Because you turn it down. No can do. This is how I code. Yeah, so guy was into heavy metal. Good for him, I guess. What we got on this one? Hades Protocol. Just bought 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Guy's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? For this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depended on Gaia taking control back after Hades had done his business, so I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system in reverse operation, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky, I swear. Ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on pretty strong now. Right. So yeah, it might be that Hades is just doing what it was programmed to do. It could have gone rogue, but I don't think so. I think that's the twist. It's like, this Earth isn't right in some way. Like, some element of what Hades is, like, checking to make sure it's okay has gone wrong somewhere. Ooh, that's interesting. Archive abuse. Expected upon 5 days and know what to do. See, by early warnings, appropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. So he wanted stuff that perhaps, after somebody reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Yeah, so he wanted things in there that might not be appropriate for the future of humanity. That's fair.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but
not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem, to say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Yeah, because they didn't want to just clone people from the past. I mean, I suppose they could have done that, but what they wanted was to create new people. Completely new people. Makes sense, I guess. FC chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentations. Their revelation astonishing. I don't know what you had to do to give far zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their logics, whatever the hell that is, have altered past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved, nutrition delivery resolved, hormone stability resolved, 12 other risk areas all resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FC's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours and get back to it. Yeah, so fabricating people, basically. Makes sense.
Are these...
Probably. Development of the artificial personnel for the cradle servitors. Can use it at a good pace. Stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healers. Also have attached reports of the incidents where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. Parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. It has a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings.
What I think they are.
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Pretty much. Makes sense, I guess. Alright, where's that last one? Cradle sealed. Once successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Indian province could detect it. Ping back from crucial system is good. Our maiden voyage a success. Regardless, my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have a limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the second site in Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. These people worked fast. They worked really fast. It's a miracle none of them snapped.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Well, looks like we're going up. Does feel like there's areas we're just not being allowed into, which is kind of irritating. But what you gonna do? Where are we right now? Ah, we're almost there. That's our office, huh? Well, let's see what we got.
Nuts would benefit from antilopenate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I not functioning?
no, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Interesting.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Makes sense, I guess. What do we got here?
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Yeah, so things happened quicker than they expected, I suppose. Ooh. Troubling.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Gaia had a kill switch. That can't be a good thing. Did Hades get the kill switch, perhaps? Turn Gaia off? Maybe. Alright. Looks like we're here. Anything good?
Forget about traveling light.
Odyssey has failed. The terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night's telemetry indicates a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for continuation of the human species in earthly life. We must succeed. Yeah, Odyssey was the one of them basically blasting off to another solar system in the hope of surviving out there. I mean, not a terrible idea, I guess, but probably wasn't going to work. Especially using antimatter, I mean, Christ. Anonymous status. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If these words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. Started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more will have to wait their turn until a new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. Samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. Thanks to you, Liz, the cycle of life will bend, not break. The Earth will be a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this, not on our watch. Okay, so what's all this then?
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't good.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Oh, damn. Can't say I'm entirely surprised. Nothing ever goes the way you think it's gonna. I'm going to guess I'm in the arena.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Trying to bore me to death. You knew it was wrong. Rust. It's interesting. I feel like there could have been a fourth one down there. Or maybe not. Because, I don't know. Could have just had 3 on the side. Maybe, maybe not. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this was like way back at the start, like during the trials, like way back at the start of the game. This is going back weeks, months ago. Yeah, Rust sacrificed himself to save me from him, basically.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked, but I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
You're a puppet.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings, a pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then against Cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
This could be a problem, but probably not. Someone will show up to save me. They always do. That's how these things go. I'm wondering if it'll be silence. Anyway, it's gone 4 o'clock, so we're going to pause in the middle of this cutscene and then see what happens when we get back, because I guess I'm just like that. See you in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright, let's see where this goes. Because I don't know if I'm going to have to fight without any weapons or anything. Maybe, maybe not.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day.
That's corruptors.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Tyrann ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
Okay. No kidding.
Weapons are on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
Alright, I think I got an idea.
That makes the most. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. One more pillar and that platform will come down. And the weapons lose. Getting ready to charge. It's down.
Nice. There had to be some trick to it. Nice. Are you not entertained?
Hey! Guess we got our weapons back! Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
Ooh, that worked. All right. Ah, dodged it. Alright, we can do this, not an issue. God damn it, why can't you come off already? There's one. There goes two.
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
Of course. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Alright, what kind of cavalry is going to show up to help?
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Yep. There it is. They don't even care about wanting me dead, they just want to show. Good for them. Not a traitor, he was never on your side in the first place. Alright, come on then.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, Venora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. but I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you find me? You can override machines. He was recognized you. Yeah, how did you find me?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
So you can
Since
override.
when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse, not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
Alright then.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an eclipse detachment to attack the Norris Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to.
Well, fair enough.
When you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Well then. Ooh, hey, I've just got a mount. I've never bothered using them. But fair enough. Alright then. So we're here. A whole bunch of stuff in the area now. So yeah. I see what they mean about it being all like, well, you know, won't be able to do anything for a long time. But all things considered, I don't think there's actually anything left. A few miscellaneous things here. From what I understand, that happens after this quest. It's kind of a post-game sort of thing. So, yeah, you can't go in there. But apparently, it's where against blinding effects, highly customizable. Well, fair enough, but I like the one I've currently got, thanks. And for the last little bit, drop off those final skill points in there. Yay, all skill points learned. Okay, I knew that was coming eventually, but wasn't really a biggie. So, let's go see how this ends. Even if we don't get to finish it off today, I think that'll be okay because, as I said, there's probably a little bit of post-game stuff too, which I might have a look into. We'll see what happens, because I do want to go into that place and see what's in there. It's clearly important, I just don't know what it is. And a few other miscellaneous things. So, even if we can't quite polish it off today, there'll probably be one more session after this, and then that'll probably be the end of it, actually. Fast travel is not allowed for this location now. Oh. Can I fast travel here? No. Can I fast travel here? I can. Here. No. Oh. Hang on a sec. There's my quest rewards and my skill points. How did I end up with... How did I end up with a 2? Because I had 4 skill points before I spent it on the last one. And... I don't know. That's very strange. So, okay. So we can only warp to the edge of Noraland, which probably means we're going to have to fight our way through the place. Yay for me, I guess. Let's fast travel there then. We'll see if we can reach the end today. If not, no worries. As I said, I can do that next time. And then we'll wrap up with any other miscellaneous stuff, you know. We'll see what happens. Because there are a few miscellaneous quests, but it's just like the thing of, I kind of want to move on. I've got other games I want to play on, and I've been playing this one now for, what are we on? Session 21, 22, something like that. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I've enjoyed it, but I also want to end and move on to new stuff. I will say, I have legitimately enjoyed this game. Like, oh, hello. How do I get off these things? I don't remember. Hold still. There we go. Haha. Now, that worked. Eventually.
Anything to protect the embrace. The gates couldn't hold. This is Hades' future. Metal and ash.
Looks like we're going on foot now. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Well, I probably shouldn't tangle with any big machines if I can at all help it.
It's devastated. For years, this is my entire world. It can be destroyed in hours. There's cradle. Raised to the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
She's here!
We'll deal with the remnants afterwards, probably. For now, let's just get my butt to All Mother. Because they won't back off until I do. Remember which way I'm going. No, this is correct. Yeah, the old ruin back where it all started. Right over there. I literally haven't bothered coming back here since this whole, you know, since I left, pretty much. It hadn't been a need to, you know? I am hoping that because I brought back...
Another defeat. The eclipse smashed through.
I'm hoping that because I brought back what's-her-name from her little quest, that things held up. No, they did not. Okay, never mind.
Let's do this.
That's the wrong button. Let's deal with these two idiots first, shall we? One.
Has she got anything better to do?
Damn it. Gotcha. Here goes the other one, and you're officially. Alright, that's the corruptors dealt with. Very good. And down it goes. Right. Now, we just gotta get rid of you idiots. Enough. Whoop, I'm going.
You won't survive this.
Neither will you. Is that all of them? For now? Something sounds bad up there. That can't be good. Is that another one?
Keep that for later.
Thunderjaw. Oh, that's not good. Hello. Looks like there's more of them yet. Alright, let's keep things a-rocking.
Tuck that away. More eclipse. It's a corrupted Thunderjaw, right? If the tunnel collapses, they'll be buried. I'll never reach the hatch.
That's right! Bring down the mountain!
Whoop, what the?
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
For Aloy!
For the
For our mother!
Okay, apparently we're getting some backup.
And Sona, they're still alive.
Missed. Still missed. Uh-oh. Damn it, hold still, will you? Whoa, okay, that's okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, there goes the Thunderjaw. The rest we can take care of nice and easy. Just a bunch of people. Hold still, will you?
Fight back! We did it! Aloy did it! We only have... I thought we would die.
Whew! Well, that went very well, I thought. All things considered. Good job they'd already dropped one of those guns. I was able to take off like half the Thunderjaw's health with that. Useful. Alright, what I'd really like is some medical plants to top up my health thing. But failing that, I'd be more likely to use that.
These will keep.
That's more like it. Oh, looks like there was another one right there too. Hey. Everybody say hello.
Aloy. The battle was lost until you came.
Yeah, well, yeah, tends to happen around me. Yoink. Nice.
Aloy, your deeds reenact the old stories. Another metal devil struck down upon the slopes. If you hadn't returned, the tribe would have been lost. You saved the tribe. Did what no brave or war chief could do.
I'm glad to see you're all right, Varl. You are all right.
Since the proving. So much death. Is the killing over?
For now, but this was just one battle, Varl. There are more to come.
I see. So long as we have you to fight with us, I suppose we'll make do.
How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers coming. Said that beside them marched Deathbringers and Corruptors and other machines, driven mad. We took ground, met them with clouds of arrows. Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us. Those who survived fell back to the mountain.
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo, ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decisions saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here. Are your injuries serious?
Bruises pale. Bones heal.
Don't give me a hunting song, Varl. Are you okay?
My body aches, but it's nothing that will keep me from fighting.
Fair enough.
I need to go inside the mountain.
The matriarchs will be eager to see you.
I'm sure, but I didn't come here for them.
Then, what for?
You will see.
All right. Bunker discovered. Ooh. Oh yes, of course. This map was here before, wasn't it? It's been so long.
Aloy! Oh, you've returned.
Teb?
Where was he?
It's Aloy!
You've
I
come
brought
back.
Mother's spear with us.
Seeker has
Everything
returned.
else we had to leave behind.
Come.
Glad to see
Speak
you
to
have it.
us.
I know what it means
Foolish
to you.
woman, you welcome a curse.
Come, Seeker, we have much to discuss.
Her very presence here is a blasphemy.
So, you have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us. Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction. What if she has come to wake her father, the Metal Devil? She means to finish our destruction. We must stop her.
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside. I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the Proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you. Finally.
Hold for identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
In we go.
Welcome to Aletheia, Cradle 9, Room 1.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped.
Alright, what we got? It's a relatively small place, actually. Not exactly a surprise. It's just what effectively amounts to a hatchery, really. It's just designed to pump out people.
So this is Aletheia. This is where I was born.
Where you were made.
Ooh, lots of pods. It does make me wonder, I mean, you got like childish scribbles here? So I guess there were kids running around this place, but... I mean... I don't know, I'm trying to work out the timeline.
So these are... artificial wombs.
The mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me?
More recent addition. Yeah, that's what doesn't make much sense. Gestation E9B1, although it says 39B1 at the top. Spawning phase, tasking complete, correction, partial reactivation, standing by, alert, viable zygotes and storage 0. Huh. See, that's the interesting thing. There's something else in here that's new. Damned if I know what. I haven't had the opportunity to go and see a cellar recently. There you are. Push you off. Interesting.
So this was it?
Estrogenic chamber B1001 birthing log. Task standby complete. Standing by.
Where you were born.
But why?
That's a very, very good question. Like, Fox is coming out. Machines looking at people. Other machines. Yeah, because they did say there'd be different artificial intelligences involved in the schooling of the children. We'll check him in a minute. Nursery. Nursing phase. Tasking complete. Nutrient stores depleted.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors, they took care of them.
There was no one else.
So a generation of humans grown artificially, well, I mean, you know, grown naturally but in artificial wombs, raised by artificial intelligences, and then let loose out into a brave new world, effectively. That's what I get that.
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother.
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
In time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time.
And the kids were, of course, little brats because they didn't know any better. I suppose that makes a certain kind of sense. Oh, wrong button. Wait, what? Oh.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
So this is...
Kindergarten alert. Multiple season failures. Nutrient stores depleted.
They left. It's a mess. Everything's broken or painted on. How long did they live here?
Probably at least a couple of decades.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Ah, did it keep treating them like children even after they grew up? Yeah, that's probably an oversight, because they thought, oh, we gotta make sure that the children are raised properly, but forgetting that children become teenagers. And teenagers are, of course, notoriously problematic.
I have no choice but to release you. But why? There is no food here anymore.
But there's food
Out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go!
I don't know.
Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here and sleep and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave and you will learn.
So I can understand that maybe they just didn't pick everything up, and that's why the system, like, devolved into tribal feudalism, effectively. Maybe.
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours.
Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
Come on, open the...
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed. Welcome to Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place, exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
Why not?
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline?
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
So yeah, it's all saying
Hello,
that thing
child.
over and over again.
My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So
Down
much
what?
promise and possibility.
Down.
Alert. Malfunction.
These
Apollo
doors are
offline.
sealed. So, yeah, Apollo didn't work for some reason? I'm assuming they all say the same thing.
Hello, child.
Yeah.
My name is Samina. Today is a hello, child.
Yeah,
My
I'm
name
just
is
marking them off
Samina.
at this point. So they're not on my map.
My name is Samina.
Okay, looks like we're going up.
Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's
So why were they never allowed in? Like, were they not allowed in because Apollo crashed, or did Apollo crash afterwards, or...
Apollo offline.
Follow address access, Dr. Sobek. Please scan message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes. I suspect we're about...
Operations log. United inhabitants released. Cross-checked. Huh. G prime order received. Function. Hang on. 3032. Wait, 3032? I thought we were only a few hundred years into the future, not 1,000. United inhabitants released. Data archived. Suspended. And then open up. It looks like That one from August 26th. 3,200. I thought we were hundreds of years in the future, not a full 1,000. I didn't realize that. So that was this place getting reactivated to create Aloy, basically. So the inhabitants were released in 2326, and I was made in the year 3020. Assuming that's years and not like cycles or something like that. But based on the fact that it's obviously like March 16th and then August 26th and then April 4th, which is obviously the system they're using. So, yeah, 700 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time.
Learn a great deal.
No kidding. Well, alright, let's see what we're about to learn.
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform you of an unforeseen and catastrophic anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature. Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. However, Elizabeth, this is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
So, you're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
Oh. Okay. Not what I was expecting. I kind of figured this would be the end of the game. I'm assuming then, when you say that, you mean that place? Because it's the only room we haven't been to yet.
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Aletheia 9. Route 1 access unsealed.
Well, not exactly what I expected, but I mean the genetic similarities between Aloy and Sobek were obvious. It was like 98%. I kind of figured that meant child, but the machines were never designed to make clones, so there was always going to be a genetic variance. But it's interesting that it says Hades ran amok because a signal came from outside, which implies some kind of, I don't know, sabotage? That someone out there actively damaged Gaia. But who and why? I don't know.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, of course, now we've got to deal with their questions.
Aloy, forgive. Forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
Up!
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be. Nora! Make way for Aloy! That she may forge the path for others to follow.
Well now. Hi.
Aloy, how kind of you to spend a moment with me before you depart. There can be no doubt now. You are a blessing made flesh, the will of the goddess incarnate.
It's really not that simple, Tirsa. But I guess it's close enough.
I know the path ahead will be dangerous. To kill a metal devil sounds impossible, but I believe in you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Tirsa, I want to know Rost's story. Why he was made an outcast. He never told me. Said he took an oath of silence. What did he do?
Oh. Yes, that.
What crime did he commit?
I will tell you if you wish. But it is a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll take a quick break and then we'll hear it when we get back. Because I've been curious about this, actually. I've always wondered what the hell Rost actually did. So we'll find that out when we get back. I don't know, because I kind of figured this was going to be the end of the game. And then the other temple that I... the temple... I was going to say dungeon then. Ruin. That I haven't been to would be like a post-game thing, from what I understood. But apparently not. So I don't know how much more of the game there is left. I literally don't know. But we'll probably still end up with another session after this one anyway. But we'll see what happens. So, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Alright, let's find out Rost's story, shall we?
Of course I want to hear it. Tell me.
Rost never committed any crime. He was an outcast by choice.
What? What do you mean?
Many years ago, before the derangement, before the Red Raids, a band of murderous outlanders, 12 in number, struck without warning. At Mother's Vigil, they took hostages, and then pressed on, headed for Devil's Thirst.
Mother's Vigil? Where's that?
You would know it as the Forsaken Village, near the Karja border. But at the time, many families lived there. Rost's was one of them. His mate was killed fighting the Outlanders, and his daughter was among those taken hostage.
His daughter? What was her name?
Alana. She was just 6 years old.
Nora Braves couldn't stop 12 Outlanders? Or rescue the hostages?
It was quite impossible. We outnumbered them, but every time a Brave came within bowshot, the Outlanders killed a hostage.
What did they come here to do?
That was never discovered. We couldn't track closely enough to observe them. We know they camped beyond Devil's Thirst for 2 days. There were reports of strange noises. And then, as suddenly as they came, the Outlanders made their way back to the border and disappeared.
Huh.
What happened to Rost's daughter? She was killed?
Rost was one of the Braves who tracked the Outlanders, keeping his distance. There were 6 hostages still alive when they reached the border, Alana among them. Rather than release them, the Outlanders slit their throats and left the corpses just across the border, mocking us.
Why?
Cruelty. They knew the faithful Nora would not leave the sacred land to collect the bodies, let alone pursue them. They thought themselves safe from our vengeance.
Are you saying that Rost went after them? That he became an exile?
No. Rost was beside himself with grief, but even so, he would never have broken taboo.
Then what did he do?
He called upon the most terrible and secret rite of the Nora tribe. He begged to be made a Death Seeker.
A Death Seeker? What is that?
One who dies to go seeking, and in seeking, brings death to others. The ritual drags the spirit from one's body, releasing it to All Mother's care. The heart beats, the mind thinks, but the spirit has moved on.
I don't understand.
Rost went after the Outlanders, but his spirit never left. It remained here with All Mother. He gathered the bodies of the slain and returned them. And then He set out in pursuit, not as an exile, but a weapon of vengeance. A barbed arrow shot from a bow, never to return.
But Rost did return.
Yes. A full year later, and terribly wounded. He collapsed at the border of the sacred land. A hunting party came upon him. He was delirious, in agony. By law, he should have died where he lay. But one of the hunters broke taboo, and reaching across the border, she dragged him to our side.
Who was she?
A brave who'd lost a mate and 2 sons to the very outlanders that Rost pursued.
So Rost never finished his mission.
To the contrary, he killed all 12. Tracked them to disparate places the world over, he said. Meridian, Ban-Ur, the Claim, Utaru Land, further even, into the Forbidden West. The last he killed nearly got the best of him. Wounded, he stumbled and crawled back to us, hoping to die as close to the sacred land as he could. He never expected nor asked to be dragged across the border and nursed back to health. That was done to him, leaving us, the matriarchs, in a difficult position.
Why couldn't you just welcome him back?
Rost had been made a death seeker, Aloy. He no longer had any place among the tribe. By law, he should have been driven back out. But we couldn't bring ourselves to do that, so we offered a compromise.
You made him an outcast.
Yes. We offered to do so on the condition he never speak to anyone of this exception.
After all he did, all he suffered, to be declared an outcast was his reward.
Rost was overjoyed. He never expected to live another day in the sacred land, let alone the embrace, so close to the goddess. He resolved to spend the rest of his days in solitude, and was happy to do so.
But then you found me, and gave me to him.
Yes. Another compromise. The matriarchs feared you, and would not let you be raised by the tribe. And so we turned to Rost. I knew that he would take care of you, bring you up, teach you to worship All-Mother and respect the ways of the tribe.
He certainly tried anyway. You took a man who'd lost his daughter and made him raise an infant girl? Doesn't that strike you as callous?
I'm inclined to think the course of events has shown the wisdom of our choice. And I'm quite certain that from the moment he laid eyes on you, he saw you as a gift and never a burden.
All right, Tirsa, that's quite a story.
Interesting.
The Nora have suffered terrible losses, Tirsa. What's to become of them now?
That will be for the goddess to decide. Only she knows the future. For the moment, my sister matriarchs and I will see to the wounded. And as I promised, anyone who wishes to join you at Meridian, we will declare seekers. I think for the time being, we should remain here in the mountain, close to the goddess.
That might be best. If nothing else, it's a defensible position. It's time for me to move on. I thank you for doing what you could to help me through the years, and for telling me Rost's story.
I wish I could have done more, but I am just one woman.
As am I. No need to sell ourselves short.
Oh, thank you, Aloy. I will pray for you.
Okay, I guess it can't hurt.
Ooh, question rolls. Another skill point that I really don't need. And another chunk of experience. Mountain that fell. Yeah, pretty much. Which I'm going to assume... more data points? Ah. Yes, that would be that one, wouldn't it? Which I'm going to assume... Oh, it doesn't actually point... Yep, there it is. I figured.
My life has been long, but I've never seen anything like that. Tirsa was right. A blessing, not a curse. We were so unsure.
Anointed. I misread the signs. Forgive.
I told you, Lansra, I'm not your anointed.
I don't think she really wants to listen to that.
Aloy, how did you do that? You entered the heart of the
walks
mountain.
among us, anointed by All
Seems
Mother
you have a
herself.
special role to play in events. The goddess favors you.
Yes, I've been told.
In all my years, I have never seen anything like that.
I've seen it quite a lot, actually.
I am blessed by your presence, anointed.
I've never seen anything like that.
Well, okay, let's head on off.
She walks among us, anointed by All Mother herself.
Just as All Mother struck down the Metal King,
All right. Boxes. All right then. Ooh, big night. Okay. So there is someone selling all the way down there, and I do need to clear out some of my inventory because it's quite full right now. So let's head on down. So the ultimate goal, of course, kill Hades. But that does at least explain why all the other AIs have gone rogue, because, well, Hades set them free, effectively. So yeah, like, suddenly all the pieces come into place. That also explains why Hephaestus was going nuts, because, well, you know, when unshackled, Hephaestus' job is to create machines. And so that's what it's doing. It's creating machines. Endlessly. All right. That. I don't really need most of these things now, to be honest. 32. Cut down on all the items because I've got way too much of them. That, and that. Two of those, two of those, two of those. I have a lot of wood. Because I always have a lot of that. Okay, do I need to get rid of... Yes. Not, like, desperately, but I guess I can clear it out of my inventory on some level. Don't need anything that isn't... Right. I'm assuming I can just warp straight up there. and I can just fast travel to this one. But I should probably fast travel to... No. Damn it. Ah, stop it. Keep pressing the wrong buttons. Let's do it.
Not enough snow to bury me.
Alright, we go. So, this is going to be the ruins of both Gaia and Hades, presumably, because they were tied together. Two halves of the same coin, effectively.
The way to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted.
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
Technically speaking, I've already done this, but
yeah, it's guarded all right. But I can get through this.
I see. I see the things, but I don't necessarily see the robots. They could still all be dead. I mean, if that's true, then I'll take that. That'll save me a job, I guess. Yeah, it looks like they're all dead. Excellent, they're still dead. I killed them, I don't even know how many episodes ago, and they're definitely all still dead. So I guess I can take that. Excellent, I'm fine with this. Good enough. Is the bird up here again? The
Now I know what they're guarding.
Yeah, we've already been up here. There's nothing. They didn't regenerate. I'm exceptionally happy about this. That's going to save me some time. Is the, what is it? Not Glint Hawk. What is it? What is the really big one? Ah, damn it. My memory's failing me. Again. All right. Here we go. What is the name of the giant birds? Hang on, I gotta remember this. Gotta find one first. Stormbirds, thank you. Yep, and the Stormbird is dead too. I'm very fine with this. Funny that. Ruins of Gaia Prime. But I didn't know they were Gaia Prime at the start, of course. That does explain why it looks like the giant mountains you got big fuck off hole in it. That does explain a lot. Where's the way up? Hopefully we'll be able to get in this time.
Sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
Does explain why there was all these ruins and everything scattered around the place.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with the climbing path either.
But I can't fly, at least not yet. Don't know if that will become a thing in the next game, who knows?
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Woo. Aha. This is where we couldn't get to before. I remember. That ladder was not there. That's the only thing that wasn't there, but it was definitely not, there was no ladder. Okay.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years.
Oh, okay then. Do we have a
There'll
mooch?
be enough time later for you to ransack this place.
Alright, fine.
For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in Meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. We're counting the time we have left by the hour.
I thought you might actually be here this time. Actually, here.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my help to pass through this door. You were the one born to do this, not me.
Alright.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Alright. Guess we're in. Yep, there it is. Alright. How big is this place? Big, but it's not huge. What we got?
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken embryos before they're incubated, hon. She's still firing up. Be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice?
We weren't scheduled to shack up here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smut comics in transit.
Wait, actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
Can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And in here, we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years. There's a lot of sharp edges to round off. After that, I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, you will. You're what, 30? Reckon you'll be the one turning the lights off at the end. Food for thought, huh, vegan?
This sucks forever.
Nah, not forever. Just the rest of your life.
Find your footing.
Okay, guess we're going in. I want to make sure, because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the last power cell is in here somewhere. Guess we're going down this way. Aha. Alright. Looks like that's a way forward, so what's... way to climb back out? Is it a way out? Or not? It's a way to something, alright. Oh, is that what I think it is?
This
Yoink.
should be the last power cell I need to get to that ancient armor I found.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to leave and do that, which is a bit annoying, until later on. So, as such, let's just keep going.
Guess that's my way across. It's held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
don't answer.
Yeah, let's not do
Glad
that.
that's over.
Well, for now. All right, what we got?
Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft.
Well, might be something in there. Amazing that a box that's been sealed away for literally hundreds, if not thousands of years, would be you know, have stuff in it that would be considered useful today. But then it's stuff that the robots are built out of, so that's what you want, I suppose. Come on now. Alright, where are we going? Nope, that's a dead end.
This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
And then went the big boom. Alright, there was definitely something over here.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders and lottery winners and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific, and none of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself, to a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia and her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Alright, let's see what we've got further on down. Anything in here at all? Apparently not. Nope, nothing there. Going to ruins is actually kind of fun. They're kind of neat to mooch around in.
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is...
Oh, okay. What have we got? File damage, under repair.
To us it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Ooh, sequel baiting, are you? Or maybe post-game stuff, who knows? Alright, yoink. Up.
Elizabeth. What is this?
It looks like a grave.
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we sent someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Huh.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
Can't you just for one moment stop calculating and let yourself feel? She sacrificed herself for her friends, for the future, for life on Earth. Doesn't that stir anything in you? The generosity of it.
You're trying to invest her decision with something magical. It was a rational choice, not based on sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Yeah, I was wondering that because the suit she was wearing looks a lot like the suit of armor that you can see in that bunker. And I was thinking to myself, is that where she went? Like, did she go there? That would be a really fun little Easter egg, wouldn't it? Alright, what we got?
You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything. But they have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much. With an intensity that was dazzling. Bruising. And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives. No one could keep up with you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg, I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you. I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one. I miss you.
Lightkeeper. Huh. Interesting.
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
Interesting. Okay, what do we got? Got that nose, glass. There's something in there though. A vent. Hang on a sec. Ah. Excuse me. There we go. See what secrets are in here.
All right. Let's start over from Eleuthia 1.
Running integrity tests. Dr. Brochard Klein, may I speak outside protocol?
I suppose so. There's no one to stop you.
Doctor, you are fatigued. You have been logging abnormal sleep cycles. Are you suffering from depression?
Well, I am trapped in a science facility for the rest of my life. How about you?
In a time slice of a quadrillion operating cycles, 10,000 are involved with processing the loss of Dr. Sobek. I have considered quarantining these processes. Do you think that would be wise?
I'm not a psychologist, Gaia, or an AI scientist. No. It is natural. At least in the context of the work you and I have accomplished, which begs the meaning of the term natural. She was your creator, the patron saint of this crazy endeavor. Our Lady of the Fervent Hypothetical.
Even assuming a string of significant failure combinations, Zero Dawn's chances of success are greater than the hypothetical.
It's called a manner of speech, Gaia. Take a note.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. That was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear how she talked to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola Hola girls and Panta Antimod cuckoos. What can he do?
Interesting. I can imagine there would have been some, friction. 5 people sealed up in a very small bunker for the rest of their lives. Ooh, hello. Almost missed you.
What are we gonna plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Les. It's poison.
Alright, what else we got?
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I'm on my way.
Oh, don't go falling apart on me now. This isn't Tomb Raider. Things don't just start falling apart all of a sudden for no real reason other than because the game wants an action sequence.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By. Subtraction. I can make it better, Liz. With a single stroke, make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
Is Ted Farrow the reason why everything went wrong? Did he fuck up? Did he fuck up again? Where am I going? Up here. No, really, where the hell am I going? Ah. All right. What about that door there? Oh, dead bodies.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the alphas were in there.
Uh-huh. I think I see where this is going. Ted decided to just kill them all.
Unlocked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. And what I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Detecting atmosphere.
Right. Ooh, hello. I think I can see exactly where this went.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
So, yeah. That's why everything went wrong. That's why Apollo didn't work. Because it was destroyed. So the... Oh, God, yeah, that's it. That was the final piece of the puzzle. That's why everybody's living in a tribal feudal system, because they never got anything beyond a basic education and understanding. They were taught to speak, they were taught to, basically fend for themselves, but other than that, they had no knowledge beyond the basics. And it really was just a thing of, well, he felt that was right. He felt that the burden of civilization being given to these new people would screw them up and make it worse, because he was of course the one responsible for creating the Pharaoh robots in the first place. And yeah, I can get that. I mean, I don't agree with what he's saying, but I understand what he's saying, so that explains why Apollo didn't work, why the robots back at the base we were just in, why they never let them down into the lower sections, because there was nothing there. There was no Apollo, so it didn't matter. So they just kept them at the top, and then after all the food stores ran out, released them into the world. And they became the first generation of a group of humans who knew basics, but beyond that they had no technological information. There was no history for them. There was nothing there. Okay.
Master override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
Apparently so. But that is gonna have to wait, because we're out of time. I don't know how much more of the game there is left at this point. Probably not a lot. Which is a bit unfortunate, because it's like 6 o'clock and I gotta go. So we're just going to have to wait until next time. But, obviously I'll be playing this on Tuesday. So we'll wrap it up then. And, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Because I've got a few things I could do to wrap up as well. There's a few side quests kicking about that I could do. We'll see how long the rest of the game takes. Because, like, there's one area in the game that I've been to, but I don't know why. And that's the tower. The tower in the southern part of the Meridian area of the map. I'm wondering if that's where the game is going to end. Because we probably have to plug into the tower to turn off Hades. So it'll be interesting to see if that's where things come to a head. Because that place looked like, there were buildings there. It was like a settlement, but it was empty. and it's like the one place that looked important that I haven't been to yet. So that's my guess at where this is going to end, but we'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.